I'm Ron Jess for Jessfor30, and it's an honor to be here with Rob Johnson, the owner of Wayne Media Speakeasy in Brighton. And Rob's a good friend of mine, and he's been great. He got us started on our podcast. So welcome, Rob.
Thanks, Ron. How are you?
I'm good. I'm tired, man. I've been here for 2 days. I'm really tired. Had no help in my booth, zero.
Yeah. I can't say the same thing. I've had these two guys helping me out all day, so it's been nice.
It's good to have the money.
I gotta say, I did help you set up your mics.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, no, thank you. Okay, that was the only help.
Yeah.
Things going well with Wayne Media, Rob?
Yeah. So within the last week, we actually moved. We moved and expanded our office. We have an office across from the chamber now, and then also we have the downtown office next to Label still. So over the last, probably 30 days, we've been working on this expansion project for more staff, more facilities, another podcast studio. So it's just been really busy.
That's great.
But really good.
Yeah, we've been having fun. I was up until like 3 a.m, 2 or 3 times this last week. You know Glenn Dowdy, and we're doing the Mellow Men, and it's one of the coolest, biggest thing. It is the biggest opportunity we've had.
Yeah, University of Michigan is putting out this project where they're honoring some of the players that played under Bo Schembechler. Okay. And, you and I have been able to start working on that plan, working with the university, putting things in place to, try and, do this show for 6 of the players that played under Bo Schembechler.
One passed away.
Yeah.
Butch Carpenter.
Yeah. So that's been really unique to start working with the university, starting to figure out how all that functions and operates. And it's been kind of crazy, I got to say, but fun.
Yeah, it has been. To do 7, they asked us to do 7 podcasts in 30 days, and then the 8th one on October 2nd. And you might speak to that for a second. We're still waiting for final approval from Michigan, but to be there at the 50-yard line at Michigan Stadium and do a podcast, I mean, they could have picked 10,000 people. So it is a huge honor, and Wayne Media has been super helpful, Rob particularly.
Yeah, it's been great to be a part of it, and it's a whole new process for me because as we've gone along in this, working with Glenn and the university and trying to figure out the logistics of all this, it's kind of a whole new ballgame when you're working with, a group of that size, but it's been going really well.
Well, they've got, they're legendary. They're the foundation, and they believe their history's been ignored to a degree. And that's a big part. Glenn Dowdy, and we were texting at 3 a.m. or from midnight to 3 back, or calling on the phone. And he's 76, and he goes like he's 16.
Like he's still playing for the Colts.
Have you watched some of the tapes?
Yeah, so I was actually just down at Bourbon's, and there was a huge U of M conglomerate down there, and we were talking about sports at the bar, and I was telling them about the Mellow Men thing, and how I was going back and watching some of the older player highlights at the U, and then also at Glenn's time in Baltimore, back when they weren't the Ravens.
The Colts.
Yeah, so I was starting to watch all that and just kind of learning and starting to get a deep dive on it so I can help produce this thing hopefully well.
Well, we're doing fine. The first one was done. We had Billy Taylor. His touchdown may be the most impressive, biggest in the history of Michigan football. It was called by Bob Ufer. We have Glenn Dowdy, Shake and Bake. He's amazing. He's a combination of Muhammad Ali, Gale Sayers, and Lou Rawls. He had his band.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see. One of the most unique things about the university that I've learned in the last few months, there's so much history when it comes to the players that I can understand how some things might be lost on certain people because they don't have a good historical recollection of all of the great things that have happened at the University of Michigan.
Well, Rob, you probably don't know. I just found out Friday they're actually going to have a class taught, history class, at the University of Michigan on the Mellow Men. These guys are they're fired up, all of them. Tom Darden played for Cleveland for the Browns for 9 years, all pro. He's in the Hall of Fame for the Browns down there.
Yeah. It's going to be really cool as we get through all these interviews and produce them, and then hopefully leading up to that event, going towards U of M's homecoming in October. It'll be really unique to see how this all comes together, and it'll be a fun thing.
And it will be. A couple other guys I'd mentioned. I'll get to know more as we interview them. But Billy Taylor we had, and Billy and Reggie McKenzie. They're even close to Dan Mulvihill here in town. Dan's going to be on in a few minutes, and Reggie McKenzie had the pleasure of blocking for those guys at U of M. Billy Taylor in particular, he was a pulling guard. And guess who he pulled? He was a pulling guard for the Buffalo Bills for O.J. Simpson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They've got some history, these guys.
Yeah. So what I want to talk about with you, Ron, is what is it like to have to sit and kind of distill all this information from all these players across the University of Michigan and then go in and interview them?
It's really cool because, as you know, Rob, everything you do with these podcasts, if you've done your homework and you're prepared, and that's some of these three in the morning, I even say to Glenn Dowdy all the time, I said, we're on from midnight to 3 all day sometimes, but it's the preparation. If you're prepared, they're cool. No problem.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see really what comes out of this, just because it's almost feeling like we're producing like a small documentary as we're going through this, because it's really cataloging, almost 50, 60 years of football history.
Yeah. And, the thing about it is one of the things, October 2nd, hopefully we're on that Block M sitting down there. That'll be the greatest. But that day for sure, we're going to have to take a trip over the Mellow Men den where they all went and stayed. Bo got a house for them. 7 black guys in this house, all freshmen. And, Billy Taylor said the other day, he said, hey, there were some heated arguments. He said there wasn't one fight. And these guys, they're class guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's certainly, like I said, just a different historical perspective on football and what it was like in the 60s and 70s. And, all of the legacy work that Bo Schembechler did at the university. So it'll be a great story to tell.
Yeah, and Jim Brandstatter is going to be there too. Jim, he was with Deerdorf. They were the voice of Michigan football for years. Dan Deerdorf, Monday Night Football. I mean, Deerdorf's in the NFL Hall of Fame, right?
I think so.
Yeah. We talked a little bit about like guys like Rick Leach. We've done some charity things with Rick Leach, and he came down with Mark Messner, Heartland, CC, 4 years All-American at Michigan. I mean, who does that? Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year, Mark Messner, All-American at Michigan. Unfortunately, he got drafted, and his first year in the NFL, he ripped a knee up and he was done. That was it.
Wow.
And before the nil money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Way before.
Way before that.
Yeah. That was back when the nil money was under the table. That's why Alabama was so good for so long.
Well, Saban might argue that a little. I gotta say one great thing about Nick Saban. We saw him the other day, and he was talking about they did barbecues before their first games, and he said that his wife came up to him really upset a year ago, and she said, "Man, I don't even want to do these anymore." And he's like, "You always loved doing these barbecues with the players and the families." And he said all the parents wanted to talk about, and everybody, how much money are we going to get?
Yeah.
That's not good.
No. And that's the hard thing, is like there was such, and this is a really good example of what it's like when you have really tight restrictions on college football and what the NCAA was doing. And there was such a severe course correction the other way with the NIL. So then just kind of opened the floodgates with there's absolutely no boundaries. There's no safety nets for any of these NIL deals. So it was a complete course correction the other way. And, that's the state that things are in right now. And it's pure chaos.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they can't control it. Nobody knows what the NCAA is, if they're even going to be around. They're not necessary anymore. The Big Ten's so huge, they can go ahead and handle themselves. They don't need the NCAA.
Well, there needs to be some type of oversight authority with college football, and that just hasn't been effective. It's been so negligent over the last 10 years that it's now with the insertion of NIL, it's going to be really difficult to see, how this gets corrected over the next 5 years.
Yeah, they've got to do something, and it's still sport and it's still fun.
Oh, I love it. I love
Yeah,
college
I mean,
football.
I got to throw out a little thumbs up to Karen Story, who's put on this event we're at here today, and through the chamber, and that you're involved heavily. I'm a member. We've got Scott Story sitting over here, and we used to coach high school football or baseball at Heartland High School together. And my son Jeremy played. And he had this weird thing he'd do in the outfield, something about spitting in the hat. And I'm an old school guy, and they're throwing the ball around like pickle or like some sort of, and he says spitting. I'm going, what are you doing out there? But we had fun, didn't we, Scott?
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we had fun.
Yeah, no, this has been, I was talking to Dorothy Harrison from the Bank of Ann Arbor earlier, and I've been coming to the Smokin Jazz Festival. Now it's the Smokin Rock-and-Blues, but for the last 5 years, this has been the best event that's happened on Main Street with the music at the amp, how the vendors are arranged. It's been excellent. Last night was super fun. Today's been great. So it's been an excellent festival.
Oh, I agree, Rob. 100%. We've just had great people coming by, and everybody's having a good time. And I left here last night, and I'm walking out, and I needed some help. Like I said, you're the only one who did anything for me the whole 2 days. But here's what happened. I'm walking out and carrying these pictures and hauling something else, and there were two Brighton cops. And I said, hey, can you guys help me? And yeah, they did. And we walked out to the car, and I just had to ask him. I said, hey, what would have been the incidents? We've been here from 5 to 11 o'clock at night at the time. I said, how many incidents have you had? He said 0.
Wow.
Nothing. That's Brighton.
Those are rookie numbers. We can get those up.
Well, you'll probably be the first.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
If I say something wrong, I know. I mean, you're the boss, so I just do what you tell me to. I say what you want me to, Rob.
I appreciate that.
Most of the time. That's the beauty of podcasts. It's really cool. You can say what's on your mind.
Mm-hmm.
We try not to get political, but
let's do it real quick. 2 minutes.
Go for it. I'm gonna. The mic's all yours, dude.
All right, is this my camera here? Listen, let me tell you something.
Start in Lansing. I talked to him about Lansing last night with the farmer. Go ahead.
No, I'm all
Leo
set.
Wines. Yeah, I figured.
No one wants to hear my views on politics.
And we're not here for that. It's just like sports. I mean, my dad read the paper, the newspaper, the Detroit News, the Detroit Free Press. 8 kids. He'd been his lazy boy. He didn't go to college. He left high school early to go with the Navy. They got hit by a kamikaze on his destroyer. But as a kid growing up with 8 kids, Dad would get that Sunday paper and read every single thing in it. That was his education, other than, 2, 4, and 7, the news. But he knew more. That he was a wise man. He knew his stuff,
Yeah. No, I love that. So what else we got, Ron?
What time is it? No, I don't know. I think this is good. I do want to thank you honestly, because you've let me do this twice last night and twice today, Rob, and your help, all the free things that you've done for me and for like the Mellow Men going forward is super appreciated, because the thing about Jessfor30 is we don't make any money, and we still don't care too much about it, but it is for veterans, charities, and foundations. And, you know,
Yeah.
all right, that's good.
Yeah, no, it's a good cause. The Mellow Men story that needs to be told, and I want to be a part of it. So,
Yeah, that's good. I appreciate that. Thank you.
all right, thanks, Ron.
Are we good?
I think we're good.
All right.